it's finished in a 2-2 draw. Your side have left it late again, but they don't do boring, do they, at all?
No, I sometimes wish they did, but we probably made it hard for ourselves. The first goal was an absolute calamity. Confusion between me and Bayliss, mixed signals. Then I missed the ball, trying to smash the ball out of the ground when I probably should have got a surface on it and just dealt with it. And then the second goal it's a terrible goal to concede as well. One long ball, one flicked header, second flicked header, and then a man free in the box so that we don't track our runner. So we made it hard for ourselves by giving away 2 gifts. But then credit to the lads. Listen, they've come up trumps again in the last minute. Bayliss has gone up front, and obviously looping header that seemed to take about 20 minutes to go into the goal. But credit to Odie as well. I think Odie's shown real quality to get down the outside and put a good ball into the box. Fresh legs to get down the outside. So we go away with a point and we've got to be happy against a massive football club. Obviously league leaders during the game tonight. So sometimes we get a little bit greedy. I do, definitely, thinking that we want to win our home games, and of course we do, but we've played 4 out of the last 5 games against full-time sides. We've drawn with the last 2, and we've got to take some confidence from that. They're obviously a good side. They train every day. They've got some superb players in their squad. I think Jordan Young's probably the best player in the league, in my opinion. And we kept him quiet enough, but yeah, it's one of those ones. Probably watch the game back tonight at some point, do a little bit of reflection and just see what the game was like, where we can do better. But we go away happier at the 2 sides for sure.
I wanted to ask you about Johnny Goddard's display at the moment and how you feel he's progressed since he joined the club. Of course, he struggled for minutes at Boreham Woods. How have you felt he's developed after he's come back? Yeah,
listen, Johnny's Johnny, and he's going to get up to match fitness. I think he's probably started maybe 7 or 8 games this season, so it's not a lot. He's probably still in the early stages of what most people's seasons would be, probably looking at maybe early September. Some of us are up to sort of 30, 35 starts, so he'll get there for sure, and I think you've seen that in the last 2 games, moments of quality. He's obviously got man of the match in the last 2. But yeah, Johnny's Johnny. We know how much quality that he's got, and I get stressed at times because I just want to get the ball to him. I want the players to get the ball to him. I want the players to get the ball to Leon, to David, Slavy, Odie, Franny, and just let the people go and play. That's sort of the type of team that we are. But I think he's only going to get better for sure. And the goal tonight will do him a world of confidence.
We saw as well that Guy Hollis missed out today. Just wanted to ask you, just for a small update on what it seems to be an injury.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. We had to change the team because obviously Guy was carrying a bit of a knock from Saturday. The tackle that's kind of gone viral all over Instagram and LinkedIn and things like that. So he's hurt himself in the tackle, going in. Yeah, full-blooded tackle. Hopefully it won't be too long, but listen, we missed him tonight. We had to change the shape because he wasn't available, which was a real shame. We would have carried on from Saturday, but we weren't able to do that. But listen, overall we've got a point and we've got to be pleased. But we definitely missed him for sure. Even the long throws, I think we would have caused problems tonight because the team that they started with wasn't the biggest. I expected maybe Ed Palmer to play because I thought that they would think that Guy was going to play and put balls into the box, but yeah, ultimately in the end, Dan Bayliss has gone up there and got a header. So yeah, we go home happy for sure. I think obviously Watts, their manager, will be absolutely fuming. Obviously not seeing the game out in sort of last seconds of it. But I thought we were probably value for a point. I thought we were in the game for the sort of half an hour period from half time onwards. I thought we were good. I thought we were in the ascendancy. So yeah, listen, there are positives to take, but it's another game unbeaten at home against a really good football club. So yeah, it's much better going away with a point than having lost the game for sure.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there is another draw at home. Do you still feel it's a good sort of springboard still as we go into an away game this weekend against Tonbridge and then shortly followed by another big home game against Weston? It's
really strange. I just said to the lads, if we'd have finished the game at 1-1, we probably would have come in and gone, do you know what, we're kind of happy with that. But in the circumstances of the game and how it went, we've obviously got a 95th minute equaliser and it feels like a win. And we know it's not. We want to win more games than what we're drawing at the moment. But we can take confidence from it. We've got no right to beat Torquay United. We've done all right against them in the last few games. We beat them at their place last year. And obviously we lost one and drawn one. So we put up a fight here, and I think that's the biggest credit that I can give the boys. They never say die. They never say die attitude. God knows how many goals we've scored in the last minutes of games to make sure that we've only had a couple of defeats here now in a long period of time. So yeah, it's one of those, on reflection, it's a really good point. but I still think we can do better at times, that's for sure.
I just finally want to change it a little bit and ask, ahead of the Tonbridge game at the weekend, how do you assess things from this point onwards? How do you see things developing now into the next maybe 5 to 10 games?
It's a tough run of fixtures. We looked at this period of games. I think I talked about 8 or 9 of the top 10 in the next 11 games or something like that. And then people would say there's a kind of run of fixtures after. We've got to do the best that we can do in this run of fixtures and try and pick up as many points as we can. I think we've been to 5 of the top 9 away from home, something like that. I looked the other day, maybe 5 or 6 of the top 9. So they're going to have to come here. Hopefully we can pick up some wins. I'm desperate for a win. I think about it all the time. So it does consume me, but we're trying our best obviously to try and do that. We're in an okay position in the league, but we obviously want to keep the season alive. We know that the top 7 or 8 are the sort of big hitters in the league, full-time sides. I find it boring when managers speak about budgets and whatnot. It's easy to compete over the course of 90 minutes against the bigger sides, but over the course of 46 games, it's tough when the amount of players that they've got at their disposal. You can see tonight that we've had 4 lads that have graduated from the A23 Academy. Dan Ruff's probably an exception because he's 24 and he's got experience and he's a great player, but 3 young lads on the bench tonight. And that's where we're at the moment, but there's no dramas to it. It's a pleasure to have them around. They're good lads. They've all got bright futures. So, we're a little bit short in numbers, but it is what it is. We'll just crack on. I've got to mention something. Yeah. Mike Lightfoot at the moment is in hospital as well. So just want to wish Mike all the best. He's had a fall at home. So all our thoughts are with him at the moment. So fingers crossed he's okay.
Cheers. Thank you.